you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, comments, feedback. Thank you so much. It's greatly, genuinely appreciated. How's everybody out there doing? How's everybody out there doing today, man? Now you talking my language, baby. Now you talking my language. Hey. So you think just because you say you feel that this is the reason they should get dismissed? Well, that's why we have trial. All right. Just because you write an affidavit stating that what you believe is right, the case should be dismissed. Wow. Bravo! Right? Bravo! So, just because you sign a sworn statement as you believe it's true, that's why the case should be dismissed. Good luck! Good luck! So, those are your grounds on why the case should be dismissed. It's hilarious. Hilarious, man. It's hilarious. You can throw Hail Makers, Hail Marys. You did the right thing by sending me one today, right? It's not valid, right? That's just your opinion. That's why we have trial. All right? That is just you saying, this is why I believe the case should be dismissed. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah. All right? You still have to explain the Francisco, the manipulation of legal documents. So just because I have a criminal history makes you all right to defame my character more than what I already have myself. But if that's your argument, good luck. So just because you presume something is real, like Charlotte's Web, the case is supposed to be dismissed. We're not in your kangaroo court, buddy. We're not in your kangaroo court where you can just throw out affidavits and be like, yeah, I believe to what I said, everything is true. Well, that's why we have trial. Thank you, man, for sending it to me today. Thank you for sending it. Right? You're counting. Your argument is, this is why I feel. Right? You're not stating no facts other than my criminal. Like, you have no facts. Right? I told you, I have defamed my own character. So your statements on why you feel it should get thrown at a court. Good luck, buddy. All right. It's going to be interesting, man. All right. It's going to be interesting on how we go about this. All right. Just because you say so, I say so, it should get dismissed. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You can hope and wish and motion and file affidavits and woo and all this, right? There's nothing wrong with throwing your Hail Marys, man. Right? There's nothing wrong with it, man. Right? You're confident, right? You're confident, right? But you all gotta understand the no bill, right? Yes, right? Yes, I went to prison for burglary habitation, but it wasn't. If you read the police reports, which I will have them, you don't see me taking anything, right? So the police reports will paint a picture, right? Aggravated assault was, you're saying that a document that cleared my name of any wrongdoing is sufficient enough for you to defame, right? So you're missing. Once again, you go with misinterpreting legal documents. You still don't learn your lesson, right? You're going based off. You're chasing, right? You're chasing, man. Right? You're chasing. You're grabbing. Right? I don't blame you. Right? I'd probably be doing the same thing too, man. It's a lifeline, right? It's as a defendant, it's your responsibility to start throwing punches left and right, right? And one of them is your statements on why you feel things should go your way, right? It should go my way because I'm in the right. I'm Dante Lamar Bell. I'm the content creator here. It goes what I say, right? But see, that's the grounds for trial, right? You prove your case why you feel you're able to say that, and I prove my case, right? I have facts. You have misinterpreting, manipulating legal documents. So, thank you, man. I appreciate you sending that to my email today, right? Gave me a kind of aware, but next time, please do it ahead of time, man, right? Please do it ahead of time. If you had this document filed without my knowledge and not sending me a proper copy, you just did right now, right? But who do you expect, right? You got people that like doing stuff in the dark, right? They thinking that by filing certain legal documents that's their say it's gonna get dismissed automatically. Yeah, right, buddy. You don't understand the whole process of a trial, right? It's me against you, you against me. He said versus she said. You're gonna have to show why you feel, right? Why? And I'm gonna counterclaim, right? I'm gonna prove you everything wrong. right? And not only do I have that, I have what you call spoilage, right? When you delete videos, right? That clearly paints a picture of not opinionized, but of speaking of facts and retaliation and harmful, right? So just because I already made this, he gets unalived, right? And you know what the legal system is gonna happen? The legal system is gonna get justice for that homeless piece of shit, man. They're gonna find out who murdered that homeless man, regardless if the dude was a piece of shit or not, right? That's what he's entitled to as a citizen of this country, right? Due process. It's called due process, right? If you're an immigrant, you don't get offered that opportunity or privilege, right? But since I am a beautiful citizen of this country, I am offered due process, right? So, just because I've defamed my character doesn't give you the fucking right to defame my character more than what I've had, right? Because your reasoning is for a no bill, right? A no bill is a clearly document that clears anybody. If it was for you, it would have cleared you of any wrongdoing, right? So if that is the reasoning, then you're at fault for misinterpreting and manipulating legal documents, right? That's not my fault, right? I got pretty good comprehensive skills to digest and break down stuff, right? And consume it and put it to play. Thank you for emailing me that, man. Next time, moving forward, please be, as soon as you file something in court, please send it to me as well, man. Don't wait to the last, because I'm an objector right now and be like, look, this guy's not following due process. He's over here, you know, he has the habit of deleting videos. He's over here submitting forms without me even knowing, and not allowing me the due process, right? I'm gonna let him submit that, right? I'm not gonna object to it. He can submit it, right? Cool, right? We'll go, but moving forward, man. Moving forward, please take the legal system seriously. Don't make it a mockery of like how when I sent you my cease and desist. Don't make it a mockery. Take it seriously, man. Take it seriously. Next time you submit any type of legal documents, please send a copy, man. Right? Do what you need to do, like Spike Lee. Due process, man. Do the right thing, man. That's all you have to do, right? It's comical, man. It's comical the reasons that you explain yourself. It's very comical, man, right? It's comical. And a 5-6 sentence paragraph is your defense mechanism. Who needs? You see my motion that I filed out, man? I filled out 2-3 page motion. You filled out 2, 3, 4 sentences. All right? Like the cat in the hat. That's your paragraph. The cat in the house, the blue house. It's comical, man. It's actually fucking comical, right? Your response. It's comical, man. It's comical to where I'm like, this guy's really a fucking idiot, right? He feels, to this day, he still feels he has some upper hand, right? That just because my name was cleared of something wrong, that gives you the right to make it seem like it's real. Like, fuck, the state of Texas cleared my name. Now, who are you to convict me and execution me? Who are you? So just because you put your name on a paper, the case is supposed to be dismissed. Fuck, Don Corleone. That's like some dumb, that's like that motherfucking, I'm gonna get you sucker. You coming out walking with your little fur coat and everybody's, you know, them fish start coming out them platforms and everybody's just pointing and laughing at you, man. Right, that's you. That's you, man. Right? That is you. It's so fucking comical, man. I was worried that you were gonna have an attorney. If it's you, I'm gonna dissect you, man. All right, you're gonna be my 8th grade experiment, man. Dissecting a frog. All right, you're gonna be my experiment. All right, man. It feels good, man. Here I was getting all worried about what was gonna happen in an hour, few minutes before count time and rack time and so yeah, man, yeah. It's comical, man. Right? Your little I thought I was uneducated. I thought I was an uneducated being. Right? That trips me out, man. Right? I was all worried about what you had, and if that's what you got, that's what you got. That's what you got. Man, it's gonna be an easy case. Easy trial. Right? Easy. Easy, man. Countdown, baby. It's countdown. It's countdown, baby. It's countdown. All the momentum, all for what I've been working for. It's finally here, man. It's finally here. Right? We're gonna thank you, man. Thank you for giving me an idea of what you got going on. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Now I know what I'm facing, which ain't too much. Right? It ain't too much. It ain't too much, man. Right? Got the laptop. Got the laptop fully charged. Got the external hard drive ready to go. Got the DVD player ready to go. What you need to do is file your motion for discovery. Right? What am I going to use against you? Right? I hope you have your discovery in order. Well, I'll find out. I'll find out soon. Right? Just because you say it's supposed to get dismissed, you don't make that call. Right? The honorable judge makes that call after she goes over the evidence. Right? Believe me, if I had a conviction, you would have a point. If I had a conviction, you would have a point, man. Right? You would have a point. Right? To be able to call me Francisco. I would agree with you, man, if I had a conviction. But since I don't have a conviction, and I have a basically innocent, I don't know how you could use that, right? That falls into the misinterpreting a legal document, right? That's where that falls into misinterpreting a legal document, right? That's where that falls at. So just because you feel that you're in the right and that you feel that this is the truth, you don't know the truth, right? You don't know the truth. All you're good at is misinterpreting legal documents. Right? To try to paint the narrative of having me shunned, having me retaliated against, having me ridiculed. Everything Chapter 73 says you did. Right. Everything Chapter 73 of the Civil Code statute, I can apply it to you. Right. You're trying to use a no bill, which is clearly a legal document of clearing you of anything wrong, right? So if the state of Texas has cleared me of anything wrong, who are you to crucify me and try to judge me and try to convict me of some heinous crimes just because you feel that's the way they are, right? But I have a legal document that states a legal document, not just your document and your word and your name on it in a fucking paragraph and feel this is why it feels, right? Me, you, cat in the hat, fucking paragraph, right? The judge is gonna look at that and she's like, what the fuck is, what fucking little school yellow bus rider wrote this shit, right? That ain't no fucking grounds for argument, right? We're not talking about my criminal convictions. You just barely started talking about my criminal convictions yesterday, right? You barely started talking about my criminal record. You were too busy using Francisco's, manipulating legal documents, misinterpreting. So, if you had legal documents as far as convictions, plead outs, probation, something to say that I was guilty of those charges, maybe it would have worked, man. Right? But since you're going based off of a legal document that the state of Texas cleared my name on it, right? They're the ones that did it, right? And the honorable judge knows the reasons why they would do it, right? They're not going to sit there and speculate. They know that in order for a no bill, it must not happen, right? Something didn't happen. Something is not what is being meant to be, right? It is not what it is. But only educated and people that know and have applied the law know the difference. Right. So just because you feel you're in your emotions that I should be convicted and you should be allowed to talk about me any way you want, to slander me because you feel. All it is because you feel, right? That's what I got from the paragraph. Your feelings, not no hardcore facts, right? Not no hardcore facts. Did you see my motion? My motion was 2-3 pages, man. All the evidence I've submitted. You think the honorable judge is going to listen to your little old paragraph and just, wow, all of a sudden, dismissed? Is that what you expect, that we're in your kangaroo court where nobody's allowed due process? No, I don't think Texas courts work like that, man. From my experience, they get things right, man. Do they get things wrong every now and then, man? You know, they might send somebody up for that didn't do it, right? But the evidence is pointing towards them, right? The evidence is pointing, right? They got evidence saying, hey, it could have been you. It could have been you. Could they got it wrong? Yes, right? But they had too many indicators pointing to him. So yes, sometimes the system does get it wrong, right? But most of the time they get it right, man. Most of the time they get it right, right? Right after everything is discussed, everything is presented, everything, you know, is brought out to light, then they make the call on it, man. So if you feel that gives you the reason to defame my character and use Francisco Martinez to slander and liable me more, I think you're highly mistaken, buddy. You don't know the laws. This is not kangaroo court, man. Just because you feel one way doesn't mean that that's what the law will interpret, right? The law goes off convictions, man. Truth, right? The truth, convictions, right? Yes, right? It's a no bill. But an honorable judge that knows the law is able to understand what a no bill means and what it takes to get a no bill, right? Them knowing the law, they know that, damn, it's very hard to get a no bill, man, right? Because that's basically the state of Texas doing the job for you, proving you innocent. What state wants to do that, right? What state wants them to do their job for you, to proving you innocent? No state, right? No state. So when a state does it for you and issues you a no bill, that means they did everything they could, man, right? They looked into it. They read any victim statements, any reports, right? What is there? An educated person that knows the law will go off of that, man, right? Would go off of that. I've been telling you nothing happened. It's you don't believe it. I've been making defensive videos. The discoveries that I have, the videos that I have, I've jumped on y'all's panel, emotionally distressed, cussing, yelling. You know, you can see the severity of the emotional distress that the toll has taken on me, man. Right? All because I defamed my own character, right? And it doesn't fit the narrative that they want, right? If I had convictions, you would have plenty of play, man, in a legal courtroom, because that would be true, right? That would be true. If I had convictions, your statements would be borderline true, man. All right? But since I don't have no convictions, no reports, no victim statements, all I have is a no bill issued by the state of Texas. And that's all you're going off, right? That's all you're going, because all I've been telling you is that there's nothing happening, right? And you were privileged off camera to tell you, I told you what happened, how my name came about that, right? You were privileged. I gave you, and you still decided to continue the slander. It didn't fit. It didn't fit the narrative you were trying to push, right? I understand it. It didn't fit, right? You want me to be silenced. You want me to be shunned, right? I understand that, man. Right? If I was a degenerate, I'd probably be doing degenerate behavior, right? But thank God I'm not that. Right? Thank God I'm not a degenerate. If you're arguing a no bill, you know whose fault it is for misinterpreting a legal document? If you were a lawyer, it'd be considered malpractice. Right? A no bill clearly states innocent, not guilty. Right? Proven by the state that was prosecuting you. That hits different, man. You do understand that, right? That when you have to go through the motions of pleading your innocence, of going to court, posting bond, that leaves a lot of what ifs, man. When you have to go and portray and claim your innocence, that means a lot, man. Right? But when the state of Texas does it for you, man, that speaks volumes in itself, man. That means you either did it or you did it. Right? If I had any kind of inclination for you to speak about me in that ticket, there'd be police reports, there'd be documents, bond hearings, transcripts, victim statements. If it was a minor, it would have been a parent statement, right? But it doesn't fit your narrative, right? It doesn't fit the narrative of what you want to portray me as, right? Right? I'm not arguing my criminal record, right? I'm not arguing the domestic violence. I'm not arguing the harboring a minor. I'm not arguing that, right? Those are truth, right? I can explain to them, and it's not what people blow proportion, right? I have nothing to hide. There's nothing to be shameful, man, right? The first mother of my kids were a few years apart. What about it, right? What about it, right? We were teenagers when we met, right? Now, if I was an adult grown man dealing with the teenager, yes, I would totally agree with everybody. It looks funny, right? But it's what's considered here like the Romeo and Juliet law, man, right? I'm not too far apart from her, right? We're not too far apart of age. And the way we met in a school environment. We didn't meet like we met everything where teenagers would meet, man. So it's not like I was a grown man cruising the middle schools or the high schools, right? No, man, I was a teenager myself, right? But I just happened to be 17 at the time, to where, hey, you're an adult, I can get you in trouble, right? I can get you in trouble, right? And I explained it to you. If you don't believe it, then I don't know what else, man, right? Does that make me, for having the mother of my kids, what turned out to be the mother of my kids, spending the night, right? If before I became an adult, I would spend the night over there, vice versa. So there was no problem, right? But it only became a problem to where they could affect me, right? Cause me havoc, right? So your reasonings make no sense, man. All right? Make no sense. All right? Make no fucking sense. All right? I went to prison for burglary of a habitation. Right? That is the legal code. That is what I got charged with. Right? But if you look at the police report, the incident report, you would clearly state that it was no burglary, no robbery, right? But that is what the complaint, that is what the mom filed, right? The mom, right? The same mom that called the cops on me when she was over, right? So it's not like I have anything to be ashamed of or hide about. No, man, right? No, right? Because I wasn't no 20-year-old talking to no minor, man, right? I was a minor myself, right? But here in Texas, once you're 17, you're considered an adult, man. You go to county, right? You go to county. You go to jail, right? Right? You would go to jail immediately, right? But once you go through the process and they understand that it's a couple and it's only a 2 year 2 year and a few months difference of age difference, and it's like, man, well, you know, this happens all the time, man. There's people that are a lot older, right? It's common for kids that are teenage lovers to be a year, 2, 3 years apart, man. It's not nothing taboo, right? To be a few years apart. What comes taboo is when you're decades, right? When you're 20 something and you're 30 looking out for teenagers, right? Ain't nothing happened in court yet, buddy. Nothing yet, man. And after and I can't look like today, man. After this, I'm not going to really talk about it no more, man. Right? I'm just going to wait. How can I say? I gotta ask what I can and can't do, man, to the honorable judge, right? I gotta ask him, you know, how long is this due process? I want to go to trial. You know, just because you submit a paper saying that this is why you feel you were able to, it doesn't work that way, man. All right. We both have to be able to submit our evidence, and at the end of the day, the judge makes the call. All right. They make the call on it. All right. They make the call. All right. They make the decision. Right. I don't know. For all I know, she could be like, "Hey, they're the right? This no bill is a conviction, so they have every right to call you that, right?" She might just be like everybody else on social media and be like, "Hey, that no bill is a conviction," right? I don't know, right? All I know is that a no bill is issued by a state to clear you of any wrong, right? That's all I know that is, right? Because I don't have no convictions or plead outs or lesser of a sentence or anything, right? I don't have anything, right? If you thought that you had something with the minor thing, no, man, right? I explained it to you. If you don't believe me, go read the documents. It's that simple. That's all you have to do. Prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong that I was 20 years old or 30 years old, right? So, and like I said, man, I hold responsibility of why I went to jail, to prison. Should I been charged with burglar habitation? No, right? No. I did it. I assaulted him. I fucked him up. I beat him up. I owned up to that responsibility, and that's what I should have been charged with, man. Right? All you have to do is read the police reports, man, of why the burglary habitation. Right? It's not me breaking into nobody's house and stealing or thieving. It ain't like the so-called Walmart, right? Thieving, right? Where they said I was thieving, right? Nothing like that, right? The conviction for burglary habitation should have been more of a assault, man. Somewhere on the borderlines of like domestic violence, man. Right? Because domestic violence is considered when you fight with anybody in your family, right? Brother-in-law, sister-in-law, uncle, dad, mom, brother, sister, cousin, anything that's either related through blood or through relationship, right? So like I said, me and my first baby mom, we've been together for a long. We were together for a long time, man. I can actually say she was my first love, right? I can actually say she was my first love, my first baby mama, man. All right, she was my first everything, man. Right? She was the first girl I ever was able to approach and not get rejected, right? Because I never approached females, man. I just never liked being rejected or having that feeling, so I never approached. So she was the first, and out of that, man, she wanted to holler at my homeboy, right? After we started talking and everything, she's like, man, I really wasn't interested in you. I was interested in your homeboy, right? And I'm like, oh, it hurt me more, man, right? Right? But it was my, you can say my first love, man. Right? So, I don't be ashamed of anything, man. Right? Because there's nothing. I didn't have my first kid with her till 2004, man. Right? She was 20. Right? She was 20. I was 22, 23, going on 23. When I got out of prison, so everything can be explained, man, if you just given the proper time and all right. I don't have to run from the truth and sugarcoat nothing, man. All right. So just because I was how can you say, in a relationship with not a minor, she was a minor, right? But it wasn't like I was a grown man, right? You have to take everything into context on how I met my first baby mama, right? We met in school, man, catching the DART bus, going to alternative school in downtown Dallas. It was called SEGC, right? And then it turned into Dallas Can eventually. Right? Eventually it turned into Dallas Can. But that's what the school was meant for. They would kick you out of your school for one reason or another, and they would send you to that, which later on became Dallas Can, an alternative school for you to get your GED and get your education quicker. Right? That's where we met. That's where I met her at, right? So it's not like I was an adult, right? So it's almost like I never went to high school, man, but I would assume it's the same thing, man, dating somebody in high school, right? The age difference in high school varies, right? I didn't meet her going to 7th or 8th grade. I met her going to an alternative school, right? So if if that gives you the right, if you feel that that gives you the right, man, to call me out of my name because I was in a relationship with a person that was a few years younger than me, that was right. It's nothing out of the ordinary, man. Right. Right now, you go to high school, man. There's going to be people dating people older and younger, man. Right. Vice versa. Right. A freshman might be dating a senior chick, depending on how his swag is. Right. He might be an all-star athlete, a freshman. Right. Varsity team. All the girls want him. All the girls want to, take him to prom. Right? It's not that big of an age difference, man. Right? To where you be like, oh yeah, you're a monster. No, man. Right? Because I guarantee you, man, some of y'all's parents, there's a lot of age difference. Right? Not just by 2 or 3 years. There's a huge age gap. Right? And a lot of y'all's parents, man. And even probably grandparents. Right? So to try to convict me for being in a relationship, man, right? With the person that it's a few years older or a few years younger, a year, 2, 3. They're both still kids, man. They're both still teenagers, man. So I don't if that's bad, man, I'm not the only person, man. There's a lot of people that are in relationships that their girlfriends are a few years younger than them. Vice versa. A guy can be in a relationship with he could be younger than the girl, right? A few years. It's nothing out of the normal, man. What becomes out of the normal is when it's a grown man, right? Hitting on a teenager. That's when it becomes out of the normal, right? The R. Kelly type of shit, right? I hear people were always trying to justify R. Kelly's actions. Oh, you know how we fast girls were. Yeah, we were the fast girls that like them dudes with them cars, and yeah, we didn't care, right? I seen it on y'all's panels when y'all were defending R. Kelly, right? And this is R. Kelly, a grown man, preying on young girls. But a lot of them girls that were on those panels could relate to those young chicks wanting to date older man, right? I didn't hear none of them chicks complain about R. Kelly, right? And that age difference of R. Kelly and the girls was fucking huge, right? Huge. But R. Kelly was getting embraced, and free R. Kelly. R. Kelly didn't do it, right? I heard it on y'all's panel. I might even have the recording, right? I might even have the recording of where y'all were all talking about R. Kelly. Y'all had females on y'all's panels, and y'all were okay with R. Kelly dating younger chicks. The females on that panel were like agreeing that, oh man, we would date older men in high school, right? And they're not saying older guys, they're saying older men, right? They're not dating, if they were a freshman or a sophomore dating seniors. No. They were dating grown men that had 9 to 5s, right? Clocking in, clocking out, having responsibilities, right? If not having responsibilities, probably already having a family of their own, right? That was the norm. People, I have the video. I just have to go find it, right? Where the females on those panels were agreeing. R. Kelly, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, fucking R. Kelly was 20 something or 30 something fucking these 16, 15 minors. Right? And people were trying to justify his actions, trying to justify the age gap, right? Why? Because they could fit and agree the similarities that. Well, I'm going based off the girls that were on that panel. I guess they must have been some fast ass girls growing up that, they didn't care about dating older men, not older kids, older men. Right? They weren't talking about dating older kids. They were talking about dating older men, right? So people have a selective politics, man, right? They want to politic on certain people, but then they want to agree and embrace other known deviants, right? Convicted deviants, because once again, R. Kelly is a convicted deviant, right? But everybody that was on that panel when they were talking about R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, right? Why? Why free R. Kelly? Right? I'm not lying, because I need to find that video. Right? I need to find that deleted video. I have it, or I don't know if I have it, but I know where it's at. Right? I know where it's at. Right? So if you feel that you have every right to feel the way you feel based off your emotions, right? Based off just your emotions, and you expect for it to be your way. You ever watch The Wire where Marlo tells the security guard, you want it your way? I just had, I had to get ready, man. My anxiety's up the roof. It's skyrocketing. I have to, release all this anxiety before I step in the courtroom. Let's see how it goes. I got the jitters, man, right? But if all I got to do is prove, and well, I surely can do that simple, right? Just have to be composure, man. All right. Time for me to take a shower. Talk to my Lord while I'm in the shower. Hopefully I can shed some good tears. Relieve the stress. Release the emotions out. So that way I can be composure, man. Right? Talk to the man upstairs while I shower. To give me everything I need to succeed, man. Right? give me everything and guide me, man. Not to let my emotions get in get involved, man. Even through I'm emotionally distressed, man. I have to be able to keep it in control and composure and be able to get my point across uh, as best as I can, man. All right. Hopefully, I can paint the picture of pure malice, the intent, and we go from there, y'all. I don't know. I don't think moving after this one, it's gonna be it. After this live, it's gonna be uh, it will probably be till I finish my court date, man. So everything is said and done with, I'll probably do another live. Right. Right now, I gotta slay this dragon. And then maybe I can get a peace of mind, man. Right. And after, hopefully, if God willingly, man, I can continue my crusade. Right. It's all up to God, man. I'm not. All I can do is just present my evidence, and if I've been wronged, I've been wronged. And if I haven't, then but just because you feel some type of way and you feel that I should be labeled that doesn't make right. I understand that you could formulate your opinion off of no bill. I understand that. But when you go to the extent of when it becomes opinionated to actual facts, that's where the damage begins, right? You could formulate your own opinion, right? But you went left, right? You went with the most worst case scenario, painting scenarios. You not just talking about it wasn't sufficient. That you had to go find an actual registered, convicted sexual offender that has nothing to look like me, right? We have no distinguished marks. We have nothing alike, right? Other than the last name. Right. So it went from being opinionated to actually convicted and being facts. And this is you, this is you, this is you. Right. So we don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see the outcome. I really don't know. I'd be lying to you. I'd be lying to y'all, man, and tell y'all, hey, I'm going to win, right? Nobody knows, only the man upstairs, right? But if it's just about proving the lies, well, then I can prove the lies, right? The no bill, a no bill speaks for itself, right? A no bill speaks for itself, right? You talking about me going to prison for burglar habitation has nothing with sexual misconduct that you've been spewing out there, right? That's just a part of my past. That has nothing to do with it, right? Like I said, I've damaged my own character by having a criminal record, which people can formulate opinions off of that, right? That's totally respectful. That you're guarded under the First Amendment, under that freedom of speech, right? That's your right. You're granted freedom of speech, right? based off formulating your opinions off of facts, right? If you would have based it off the no bill is just clearly what it is, a no bill. Read into it, and it tells you it's a state document that shows you not guilty, right? If you don't like the word innocent, well, then I use the word not guilty, right? And at the end of the day, it still means the same thing, right? Not guilty, innocent, right? Still the same thing, right? And it means more, right? When you have to prove yourself not guilty, right? That means you had to go through the motions and hire an attorney and do all that, right? You had to prove yourself not guilty. But when they issue you a no bill, it's almost like them saying, here you go, man, you're innocent of anything wrongdoing. We're clear you of anything wrong, right? So now you can get it expunged, or you can just leave it up there. It's not that, it's not like I can't get rid of it, right? I can expunge my record, right? To me, it's just never been that big of a deal. It's never affected me, right? Because anybody that's ever asked me, I've always, explained to them, right? I've always explained it to them on if it was ever brought up, right? I don't run from it. It's not nothing to be ashamed of, because I didn't do nothing, man, right? I'm more ashamed of my domestic violences, right? Yes, that I am ashamed of, right? I am ashamed of that, right? But I'm not ashamed of any of the other stuff, right? I'm not ashamed of harboring a minor, because I wasn't harboring a minor. It was my first baby mama, man. It was my girlfriend. So it might sound horrible, but it's not, man. Once I give you the explanation to what it is, you can take it for face value, or you don't believe me, man, right? I'm not ashamed of that, right? Because there's nothing to be ashamed of. I was in a relationship with the mother of my kids, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of. I wasn't doing nothing wrong, man. It's not like I was a fucking grown man, right? I was a teenager, just like she was, right? So I don't feel bad, man, right? I don't. If I had convictions, well then you would be totally right, man, on how you feel, and you express your opinion, and it'll be truth, right? But you went from being opinionated to actually speaking facts, right? But once you get the discovery, if you want the videos, man, file a motion for the discovery, and I'll submit the videos, and you can go over them, or you might just have them, right? You have them. They're your videos. You deleted them, so I'm pretty sure you got them, right? So you can go over them, and then you can argue the points on your own, right? You can't just say this is why I feel, and this is why it should get dismissed. Life doesn't work that way, Mr. Bell, right? We're not in your kangaroo court, right? If we were in your kangaroo court where it's rigged up, maybe it'll work like that, right? Case dismissed, get out of here, right? But we're entitled to due process, right? Your little one paragraph, your little reason of cat in the hat paragraph, it's comical, man, right? It's comical. I have text messages, emails, videos of painting the pure picture of malice, right? Not being opinionated, right? Not scrutinizing, actually defaming one's character, right? Y'all have a good one, man, and like I said, man, this is gonna be it for time being, man. And please, man, don't take this as me like hiding or nah, man. It's nothing like that, man. It's just I gotta take this court seriously. I gotta respect it. You know, we're going to court. Uh, this is the beginning of the process. This is, you know, this is it. You know, may the best man win. You know, may you bring your discovery, and I bring my discovery, and let the honorable judge decide if it's worth taking to trial or worth dismissing. Right? That's all we have to do is leave it in God's hands and leave it in the law's hands. Right? If it's we just gotta wait, man. Right? Gotta let nature take its course. Y'all have a good one. Uh, Everybody that's been listening, I appreciate y'all, man. Even through y'all, the ops, majority of I would assume it's the ops, man. Thank you. Without y'all, this wouldn't be possible. I owe y'all guys everything. Y'all are the ones that got me to this point. Y'all the guys that gave me the momentum. Y'all guys gave me the ammunition to hopefully to be able to succeed in the civil court. If anybody's interested, anybody can look at everything's public knowledge, right? Everything is public knowledge. You don't even have to type in the case number. Sometimes all you have to do is type in populate. Everything is public knowledge, man. Right? So if you're really invested or interested on how the case is going, everything is public knowledge, man. Right? Everything is public knowledge. So if that's something that intrigues y'all, by the way, I'm not you go based off of that, right? Don't dictate the victory with outcome with views and clicks and likes and thumbs up, right? We still I feel we still got a little bit more to go, man. Right? We still got a little bit more to go. This is going to go all the way to trial. It's going to go all the way to trial. And we'll just go from there, man. Right? Everything, like I said, is public knowledge. Everything can be looked up and checked and see how it's going. So we go from there, man. Right? May the best man win. I gotta go get ready. Y'all have a good one. And please, you know, don't. If anybody wants to make any cash money, man, if you wanna be on Gatekeeper Patrol, send me some good videos I can use. We can talk about it, man. Right? I'll give you I'll give you something to where you can send these videos to, man. I'll give you a specific email. Anybody that can, you know, can provide any more slanders videos, deleted videos. At the end of the day, he's gonna have to pay it back, so it'll basically just come out of his pocket anyways. Right? So don't we all wish things could happen just because we say so, man? I wish I could just sign a piece of paper and say, man, I want to be a billionaire. And poof, you become a millionaire. Wouldn't fucking life be easy, man, and so lavish and grand to where you can just put a wish on a piece of paper and wish upon a star and it'll come to light? That would be amazing, man, right? Amazing. Amazing. My boy Jesse Peterson. Amazing. Beta. So I need to go get right. I need to go get motivated. I probably go listen to some Joe Osteen. If y'all don't know who Joe Osteen is you know, I guess a ministry down here in Texas. Pretty good, man. I like him. He got some good preaching and good gospel, man. I like him. Probably listen to him. That way I can get in tune with myself and be able to conduct myself on how I want, man. And be able to not sound like I'm talking in riddles or in circles and, try to get my point across, man. So, y'all have a good one, man. Y'all take care. And please, man, I will be making periodically, I'll probably drop by every now and then, right, man? But I don't know, right? I gotta see how it goes, man. Right? I gotta see, man. Right? I'm not gonna talk too much ahead of myself, and all I know is that I can prove everything. Manipulation, misinterpreting legal documents, that's your fault. And that's it, man. I gotta get ready. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.